Hi guys, welcome to the4reivew.com. Today we're going to review Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, and I'm Tim.
I'm Steve.
I'm David.
The main story is you're Dragonborn, you escape prison just like all the other ones, and you have to stop the end of the world from happening because you're the only one who can do it.
There's like 1,000 other side plots, even though the main plot is kind of short. There's like a bazillion other plots you can pick up on and keep doing.
The only problem is, the story is too short.
It was only a few quests long, maybe like 15, and they could have done a little bit better on.
You didn't even play the fucking story.
Thieves Guild. It was a nice story. It was too short, not enough depth into it. Just as the Mages Guild.
Champions Guild, I wasn't a huge fan. I mean, there's one really cool part you can do in it. I thought that was really weak compared to, the Fighters Guild in the first one. I was kind of hoping it'd be same thing. They didn't have it. Plus, one of my favorite parts of the game is the skill tree that they added. It made it nice. You got to pick and choose more so what you wanted to do. Two-handed weapon fighting, very cool. Having the smithing ability, very cool. Building up the different types of armors.
I do have to give you a fair warning though, if you do level up certain skill trees too much, the game gets way too easy. It's just not interesting no more.
I was really hoping you were going to talk about alchemy because I was going to be like... One of the nice improvements they made to the gameplay and some of the death sequences is you actually had like kill blows and stuff where the guy would jump up and stab the guy. You'd have really cool shield blocks in this one too. Like the combat was really improved. I liked it in the last one because he had the whole like shredder helmet.
The gameplay mechanics on this one was actually well improved over Oblivion. I mean, the melee, the shield, the blocking was really fun, and the AI were smart. They didn't do the same attack method every time. The magic was good, all that stuff. Oblivion.
My favorite fighting style was the Battle Mage, where it's a combination of magic and dual wielding.
I liked how when you used fire, it looked like Kamehameha, and you're like...
Nords are one of my favorites. Bretons are good. They have a lot of magic resistance, dual wielding, which is one of my favorite fighting styles.
I always like the Nords. I like playing as Khajiits because they're cool looking, they look like cats, and they definitely improved upon the stylization of all the Khajiit and whatnot. I didn't like how in the last one it was all blah. It looked like a lion, and this one you look like a lynx. If anyone knows what a lynx is, bobcat. You don't know what a bobcat is? I'm going next. I don't like how they redesigned the Argonians. They were too chickeny. Even if you could put horns on some, I don't know, I just didn't like the way they looked this time.
I played the game, I tried out all the different stuff you can do, and by far to me the funnest was just plain melee. That was the funnest way to play in that game. I mean, they did improve on the magic and on the other stuff as well, archery too, but the melee was definitely the strong point.
I agree with Timo. The magic was a little weak. It wasn't very cinematic like the combat was, the fatality move.
I felt like the Dragon Lords were a bunch of bitches and overpowered. I wanna go. Wish there would have been more variations on dragon types. Dragons were cool concept, fighting them was always cool. Would have been more different types and, fire, ice, cool, but very basic. Could have done more.
I like the menu, how the menu was set up. You look up with a directional pad, go right to your skill. If you look down, you pull out the map, and it's a 3D map. You can scale through the whole map.
Did they ever DLC Multiple Dragon?
They showed it in one of the ones that somebody made. I don't know if they actually...
I think they DLC'd it though, for real.
One of the nice things they also added is hotkeying items. It made for switching between stuff super nice and easy. It was no Killzone 3. How'd you get the ore in the last one? Raw material?
Oh, you didn't. There's no smithing in the last one. You just improved your weapons with hammers. Hammers broke. And you can do hammers whenever you want. You didn't have to have an anvil.
Dragons, they weren't as strong. The bears are stronger than the dragons, which is ridiculous. One of the most OP characters there were probably the Dragon Lords.
Multiplayer. Just kidding.
One of the things I did not like in this game was how you could out-trick some of the dragons at their shrines, and even the Dragon Lords. Say there was a piece of rock formation or a stalactite, you could just hide right behind it. He'd shoot his magic, you jump out, you attack him, jump back in, wait for your health to regenerate.
I also dislike the fact that they still didn't program the AI to jump. So if you decided to jump on a rock, yeah, they couldn't do anything. If you decide to smith, alchemy, or enchant, or any combination of the 2, 3, whatever, your character becomes way too strong, way too fast, and you can just take damage and not die or deal instant kills.
One of the downfalls of that though is, if it's something that has nothing to do with your combat skill, and then you go back into the wild, you're gonna get pwned.
I should have brought back the Grey Cow, probably the best item in the 4th one.
Cow.
The Grey Cow.
Well, like the best thing.
It was like the single best object in the last game.
One of the nice highlights of this game was the Daedric Lords. You actually could do a quest for every single one of them at their shrines, depending on your level. I also disliked how when you caught a butterfly and ripped its wings off, it didn't scream.
Skill trees. I like the perks that comes with it. You could choose if you want to save them or not. That's awesome.
I liked how you could collect the Dragon Lord masks and have a nice little set.
Just do it.
I personally put in 600 hours of gameplay. Still, there's a lot of things to do.
What I think they really need to add in is like a, when you go to accidentally save over like another file or a character, they should give you 4 options as to, are you really sure you want to save there? Because, you know, I had a super strong character, zoned out, went to save, lost him. Lost all my super smithing, all that cool stuff, gone. One of the big things I didn't like about the game is constantly all the voice actors were the same. There was no variance in their tones or anything like that. It was just, it got annoying after a while.
A blind man playing this game, you'd think you're talking the same guy.
One thing that I missed that I really like that Bethesda Studio usually does is, you know, they get a super, you know, high listing actor voice, do voice for someone character, and they kill him 5 minutes into the game. But I didn't get that pleasure in this one. Liam Nielsen was.
Oh yeah.
And they fucking killed him. And Patrick Stewart with his hair.
Yeah.
Dead.
Skyrim had amazing scenery. Sometimes it'd come out and it would look just amazing. I mean, it can't really. There's not a lot that can compare to Oblivion coming out of the prison for the first time, but it's still super good.
Beating the heads in.
Oh, that was fun.
Archie,
Slowly make.
shut the fuck up! I did like how when you went up on the mountains, you know, it would start snowing. The elemental changes was nice, you know. The seasons too. You'd have fall, summer, spring, winter. There was many leopards in the snow.
No hammers. Yay.
Companions in Skyrim were a lot better than they were in Oblivion. They were more interactive. You could give them commands, what you wanted them to do. They could get knocked down like 2 or 3 times, but after that, if they got knocked down, they were dead the entire game. And use companions. I had a companion that died right away. I was the lone warrior. Dragons can pick up your companion, throw that motherfucker across the map, and it sucks. Yeah, I had her too, and the dragon was through her. Gone. Fuck. Talk to him.
Giants. It was actually a lot more fun playing against them than the dragons.
Besides the normal magic, you have these awesome things called shouts. I mean, they're kind of cool if you're low level. Some of them are awesome even at high levels, but you know, they're alright.
Bitch, give me your soul. Pretty much. Now, the only way you can actually purchase these shouts that you'll find throughout the game is by killing dragons and stealing their souls. Mortal Kombat style. You just buy a shit ton of them.
Giants.
The AI of the video game was very cool. There's different parts where you could actually see dragons fighting other creatures like the bears and, you know, saber-tooth tigers and whatnot like that. And always be careful. Don't ever go against 2 saber-tooth tigers at low level. Not fun.
Stop this thing on me.
One of the things I didn't like is how there was a plethora of fur armors, but yet none of them had different abilities with them.
So a good thing to do with Skyrim is when you go through loot, like random crates, they tell you if it's empty before you go in it, which is awesome. Now why couldn't they do that with the skill books? It would have been so much easier.
I'll look right at the camera. I'm gonna give this a 8 out of 10.
I'm giving this game an 8 out of 10.
I also gave it an 8 out of 10.
So I'm giving this game a 7 out of 10. Because it had good gameplay, it was very fluent, very nice, it wasn't very choppy.
Good stuff in there, like the gameplay, a bunch of awesome scenery and stuff.
Graphics I felt could have been a little better.
The graphics, if you played it on the PC, there was huge improvement from the last game.
Still nice scenery, but the characters and whatnot weren't that nice.
Magic would have need some improvements. Combat was nice.
Lots of stuff to do, that's always nice, lots of side quests. Main story was decent, you know, nothing groundbreaking, you know.
Awesome scenery and stuff, but I felt they could have improved some more stuff and they could have done a better job patching problems.
I liked that it was dynamic. Small little details, for example, the water moved with the wind.
I can fix my eyebrows. The reason I'm giving this game a 7, 1, the graphics I felt like they could have been a lot better. 2, story could have been way longer. I wish that all expansions would just be free.
So the average score is 8 out of 10.
Thanks for watching for it. We'll be back next time. One of my favorite lines though for this entire video game was how they always mentioned the juniper berries in the vine.